Good morning. So it is Friday. By the time you're seeing this, it'll be Saturday. LCS Finals is officially here. But we got a few things that I need to talk about before the games officially kick off. First and foremost being my MVP vote. It's a little bit different than the rest, so we might want to talk about it. Obviously, by now you know the Berserker won. I knew the Berserker was going to win, but I still picked Prince anyways. Why? Because I don't believe, barring a few circumstances, that the best player on the best team is always just automatically the MVP. I truly do believe it is the person that adds the most to any team. It could even be somebody with a losing record, that without them, they would have nowhere near the amount of wins. Cloud9 without Berserker obviously wouldn't have the same amount of wins, but they'd still have a lot more than most, given the fact that three other people on the roster were in consideration for MVP. So yeah, that's not most valuable player. That's just good team around you, in my opinion. Whereas FlyQuest, Prince, undisputed one of the best ADCs in the league. And on top of that, had to work through a support change, which obviously hindered the team a little bit, and was still putting up numbers the entire time, and all of their wins, or at least the majority, came through him. If he wasn't carrying the game, if he wasn't stopping early, they didn't stand a chance. Spica notably did have some pop-off games as well, but if we're being honest, the biggest gap was in ADC. And yeah, I just think Prince's play and Prince on FlyQuest is more indicative of where my MVP tendencies lean towards than Blabber, or Berserker, sorry, they both were finalists. So yeah, I don't blame anybody if you had Blabber or Berserker, but to me, Prince is it, but I know I'm in the minority on that. Also, special shout out to Gory. I really do think he was the clear standout on a Golden Guardians team that, quite frankly, once he came in, was 20 times better than it was before. So that is MVP level performance, even if they did have that fall off at the end of the split. I think he did enough to secure that third nomination for me, and it's more in line with that thought process of, oh, I'm not just going to throw two Cloud9 players in there like a lot of other people did. I'm legitimately going to put the three best people that are standout. Not really much else to say on that. I got to get to work, so we'll talk about finals after. I don't think I ever talked about it on YouTube, but 2 weeks ago I got to go to the opening night of Sweeney Todd. It was a full red carpet event. I'll throw up some of the pictures now. But it was unbelievable. Obviously the show is good, and I think Annalie Ashford is going to win the Tony for leading female performance. But the event itself was just nuts. First red carpet event I've been to with like actual celebrities. I've been to a Riot red carpet event, but not like a celebrity one. And I went down to the floor during intermission, and I'm just standing like right shoulder to shoulder with Jimmy Fallon. He's just chilling there. Dove Cameron's there. The amount of celebrities that were there was just unbelievable. It was an energy unlike anything I'd ever seen before, and honestly it's kind of like a drug. Once you do that, you just want to go to every red carpet event ever. If they're all like that, that's just nuts. I know people give Times Square a lot of shit, and by all means, it deserves a good bit of that. I've never really minded it. I used to work at the Sunglass Hut, like right over on the corner there, for a year and a half while I was in grad school, so I was exposed to this environment every day, and it just never got old. I don't know, just learning about different people, where they're from, different cultures, different things. It was a blast, and this is just unlike anything else we have in the United States by a long shot. Okay, busy day of work ahead. I don't think I'm going to be able to stop over my lunch break to talk, so hopefully it's light out whenever I get out, but you don't have to worry about that because...
Personally, because I want to talk to you guys about the fact that I am stepping away from League of Legends and esports in general, and why. I know this might seem very abrupt, but I want to just make it clear that it's not about our result, it's not about, the team, my teammates, the split, and definitely not about 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves has treated me very well. It's something that's been on my mind for a long time, and just more recently and throughout spring split.
There is no way that 7 hours ago or 30 seconds ago for you all, whenever I went into the office, that you could have had me predict what was going to happen by the time that I got out of the office. Let me go find a space to talk, and we'll sit down and we'll chat. This type of stuff's only supposed to happen on a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's whenever all the big news drops, not a Friday at 5 o'clock. Well, actually, no, it kind of does make sense now that I think about it. So, Bjergsen has retired officially. His change to coaching with TSM back in 2021 or 2022, whenever it was, wasn't officially a retirement. He was still in the league space. Like, now he's actually legitimately leaving League of Legends and all of esports to just go take a well-deserved break, which he should get, obviously. That should entirely be entitled for any player that wants it. It's obviously just sad. Between the TSM news, the CLG news, Bjergsen's retirement, I completely understand why this feels like a real end of an era for a lot of people. Not just an end of an era, but quite frankly, the end of potentially their fandom in League of Legends. Even Bjergsen said it best. He's been around for 10 to 12 years, playing every day, grinding. At some point, the love dies out a little bit, and you just want to step away. And let's be clear, there is absolutely nothing wrong with fans feeling that exact same way. If you are burnt out on the LCS, if your love for it is not there, don't let anybody tell you that is wrong of you. You're perfectly entitled to feel that way. The only thing that I can say to all the fans that might worry that exact same feeling is this: myself, other content creators, and those of us that still have an ongoing love and passion for the game and for the esports scene as a whole will be here if/when you get back. Don't rush yourself. You want to come back from a place of love and genuinely want to be here. Otherwise, hey, if it's time to move on to the next generation of fandom, then that's where we're at. And that's a challenge that those of us that still want to be around have to solve. But follow your heart and follow your happiness. If that's within League of Legends and I can help you find that, then great. If it's somewhere else, pursue that. This next split and a half are going to be a real litmus test for the LCS to see where we stand in bringing that next generation in. Are we prepared this time? Because let's be honest, we were not for 2021, and that's when the fall off started, and it kept spiraling through now, and it's arguably probably going to get worse. I can be excited about teams like NRG coming in, while others are going to be really disappointed that CLG is leaving and not see both sides of this, and that's perfectly fine. It is what it is. I'll just end on this. I'll be here. I'll always be here to provide passion and love for the game, and I hope some of you can find a little bit of that here. And to Bjergsen specifically, thank you. Words, I say this too often, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but words don't do enough to show you how much you truly meant for not only the League of Legends space, but to those of us fans that have been around for even a portion of your career. It means more than you'll probably ever know. So, thank you. Well, I did not expect to have to get sentimental on a Friday at 5 o'clock, but alas, here we are. I'm going golfing tomorrow. You will all actually see that video next up on this channel after finals are done, but I do want to put my predictions out there for this weekend because we got a big set of games, and the trailer, quite frankly, was amazing with the Prince, Berserker, Stixxay, and even Blabber clips. I do believe that Golden Guardians is going to 3-0 FlyQuest. I truly believe FlyQuest has not found their form since their drop-off a little bit, and I'm not sold that they'll find it against Golden Guardians and their superior drafting right now. And then on top of that, I do think it's going to be a 3-0 C9 finals. I think only 6 games this weekend, and I know that sucks, and that's not the prediction that people want to hear, but it's the truth of what I think is going to happen. And I feel bad because I know there's a lot of people in Raleigh right now that want an entertaining series. And by all means, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope we get that too. But that's where my heart lies. To all of you that are in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend, enjoy it. Go to Cookout. Have a blast while you're there. I promise you, I wish I was there. I wish I could be having fun with you all, but money just can't afford it. But if you can make it out to Jersey in summer, I'm here. I'll see you here. But let's enjoy a good weekend of League of Legends, and we'll get back to all the other crap on Monday. If you want consistent League of Legends content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'll be here.